Alrighty then, mic check. Mic check. I don't see it coming up on the live stream. There it is. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the OBS. So OBS totally just locked up. And yeah, trying to get that figured out. I'm moving things around, trying to get over to the new 13900, and I don't know, after the last window update, don't know what's going on there. Okay, so we're back on here. I do want to take a stab at this. We've got a moonshot right here. I don't like that. I'm hearing audio box all over it, so I may close this early. I can always re-enter. Hopefully it's a fake out to the long. There we go. Trusty moonshot. You guys wonder why I take it every time. Another example. Oh, it just turned right in front of my final target. Okay, well, you're gonna make me push it out then? Okay, let's go. Let's go. All right, I'll take 30 ticks off of that one, putting me at 1K on the day. Okay. Well, it's my lucky day. Live stream crash. Yikes. Come back and smash with a moonshot, but I'll take it. All right, 9.95 on the day there. We still have about 12 minutes till 10:10.
Double delta by NQ on the 2.
All right, if you like the moonshots, that's a winner. Get some W's going in the chat. Let's type that W. We got that dub. Okay, and that's a moonshot to the long side. I'm going to go ahead and take a stab at that too.
Divergence down.
Targets filled. Get you some. Wow. Okay, what's going on? I think there was a news event. Did I miss a news event? Okay, news event is coming out right now. Wow, got a little bit lucky on that. Okay, what's the news? What just happened here? All right, so I'm gonna sit on hands here for a moment. Start counting my blessings. 2 moonshots back to back. A red news. Which one was it? Hooked on pips. What was the news? Totally missed. Should have been checking on that. Okay, I'm trying to pull up the super chat here so we can see some of your conversations. Prelim, UOM, consumer sentiment. Ah, well. Okay, that's exactly why we have the 2 minutes before, I'm sorry, 3 minutes before, 2 minutes after
Pip.NQ on the 2
rule there. That was insane. So be careful. Let's sit on hands here. We got 3 minutes to sit on hands. Sorry, I just said that wrong a moment ago. 2 minutes before the news, 3 minutes after. So want to sit until 10:03 here as that shakes out a bit before we start getting crazy. Again, let's look to see where we got moved here on the masher. Yeah, wow, look at all of that. Okay, there's your news event. Ignore all of that. But lots of people pressing the button in there.
Fib.NQ on the 2.
Okay, let me see while that's... I'm trying to be not distracted and look at that. Let's go over here and grab the chat.
Double delta sell NQ on the 2.
There it is. Okay, I see Kyle's note there. Prelim, UOM, consumer sentiment. Thank you. Hooked on Pips as well. Consumer sentiment. Thank you guys. Existing home sales. Would you consider being at winner currently? Yes, Kyle. I am done for the morning. Yes, winner chicken dinner. I got my bonus the other direction on the moonshot. I did not have to take that one, but on a moonshot, I mean that's really kind of my personal best play. So I went ahead and took that. I'm up 1K on the day. If I had, taken a little bit of a drawdown, I still would have been fine. So, yes, that was a nice little play right there. So up 13.95 now on the day. Early in, early out on a Friday. Jay-Z, I see your message as well. It said out just before the news, overtraded. Yes, shoot. Just crawled my way back. Hey, way to go. Did you close out at 4K? Nice. You're up 4K on the day, 86% profitable, profit factor 2.22. Winners were 2.22 times the size of your losers. Way to go.
NQ on the 2.
Excellent stuff there. Let me see if I can get this larger window there to
harmonic NQ on the 2.
Work. That's it. Generate. Okay, so here's my movement there this morning. Remember, I always tell you guys, learn to love the dips.
Fib.NQ on
Dip. Get a scoop. All right, so got that scoop in there. Very nice. You do not have to be perfect to be profitable, as I say on a regular basis. Giving advice, obviously, to myself. Anything I say in here is me giving advice to my younger self, just talking about things that I have recognized over the years of trading and going, all right, so if I started all over, younger Vinny, I found Algobox, and I never looked back. I could just tell myself that, probably. I'd be fine. I'm going to go to update our Mac VU, because every time I have to
divergence down NQ on the
get a new stream going. There we go. That should be it. All right. So there's what just went down. So, wow, we were red. Then we shifted up to green, stayed green for a while. Then we touched to the red and back to a green. So very tricky day here. Again, not surprised. Fridays have historically been some of my tougher days over my history of time. I eventually came to a set of rules for myself on Fridays. Early in, early out. Try to be done early. I think the consistency is easiest there in the morning. At the same time, Algobox got better and better over the years. The versioning and software, and now you could pretty much play any time of the day. So now it's more of just a personal preference to go into the weekends.
NQ on the 2.
On a positive note, not having to think about a loss on a Friday, and just family time on the weekends as well. Getting in there on a Friday, having time to enjoy a Friday. Okay, current cave I'm marking is here. Let's see if we get a bounce on that white line. Oh, to the tick. Touch the cave there for the bounce. I'm looking up at the twos. Let me show you guys that right there. I am thinking about working on a cave algo because I actually really like that on what I call a return. So a return to the cave, and it literally touched it to the tick. Let me go up on, if I can figure out how to switch my windows. Now that's a whole nother animal. I have not figured that one out. Okay, training 1. Is that the chart? Yes. No, that's the bottom one. Sorry, training 4. This is what I was trying to get to. There it is. Okay, so that white line right there. Here was the big cave. As it was kind of coming down. Look at how deep that cave is. That cave came all the way to here, and then back out to here. Okay, so when you're asking me like when I'm marking a cave, that's it right there, right? So this price was coming down and down. I was trying to go, okay, well, where's it going to go to? And I want to look over here for a cave target. Also, I can look at that for even catching a bit of a bounce on occasion. Let's see if it gave 10 ticks. Yes. So again, this is on the 2s. So that little bounce right there was actually 24 ticks. Let's just round it and say 25 tick bounce there. So can I get a T1, T2 out of that as well? Yes. Very nice. Okay. Double cross down there at the bottom. Is that a 4-legged dog trap? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got my finger over the buy. Oof, I'm not gonna do it. Trying to be disciplined here. We only got 1 minute and 30 seconds till 10-10 there, and that ended up turning into a headshot short right there. So I'm glad I did not press that trigger. Almost did there on a 4-legged dog trap. I'd be more interested in that headshot long right there. Yeah, that's a nice headshot long. Oops, exit right there on the red. A lot of speed there. You'd have to react very quickly. The psychology module is saying don't trade right now. The speed is a bit high. And there's an Enigma short right there. Again, right now, if I were not already at my target trying to be, oh, even more so, there's a moonshot. Oof, I would be so tempted to take that right now. Let's see how that one plays. I kind of want to watch it. Here comes 10-10 in 40 seconds. Let's see if it's going to go 20 ticks. Yep. Trusty moonshot once again. Let's do a measurement. 26 ticks. Again, another moonshot winner. Another moonshot coming in. Oh, man. They're coming right here. 15 seconds till 10-10. Oof. And then a long side one. Again, very careful here. This is what happens when things start to get a little bit nuts, right? Market starts giving the craziness. We want to play when it's easy. Right now, it's not. See that do not trade thing down there telling me, hey, right now is not the best time to play?
Double delta.
Beautiful psychology module telling me, oh, and now it's opened up. Now it's like, okay, now we're getting a little bit smoother. And let's take a peek at the masher, see what the masher is telling. Yep, masher is also telling us these are okay areas to play here. But, yeah, we're done. 10-10 now on the clock. And I'm up 13.95 on the morning. Let me pop back over here to the chat and let me talk about a few other things here. What does a cave mean? Just low volume. I don't respond to questions on people when they say just. Hi, Vinny. Will it possible to put news on Mac VU filter? Put news on the Mac VU filter. I like that idea. Yes, in fact, yeah, I never converted. I had that coded on NinjaTrader 7 a long time ago, and I never converted my stuff over to NT8. Yeah, you know what? Would you mind, Kevin, put that in the wish list section in the Discord room? Do we ignore cross clusters like these during news events? So again, I don't know what you do. Everything here is my advice to my personal self from my own personal experience. I have stated it a million times. I trade nothing during that 5-minute window. So, to me, if I were asking myself that question, do I ignore cross clusters like these during news events? The answer is yes. Yes, there are no exceptions. I almost would put a moonshot into that exceptions list, but yeah, just when you've got some breaking news type of scenario, yeah, we want to play when you have the most advantages lined up. You know what I mean? Why is 1010 important? Yeah, we could talk about that. It's a longer chat, but I'll try to condense it. So we talk about forced hands. We like to play when there are forced hands. What are forced hands? Forced hands are when we know some people have to play. In the mornings, when people have placed orders that have to be filled, if you've ever called your broker back in the day, you know, they'd be like, okay, we'll get that order filled for you at the open tomorrow morning. Now, that may not be something any of you have experienced. You'd have to have been around the markets for a very long time. But that is how things used to work. I don't know how it works now because everything's electronic. However, the open, there are many orders that have to be filled at the open. People who have 401ks, IRAs, a lot of that gets filled around the 1st and the 15th. But those, I'm doing air quotes here, algorithms that are going to fill those orders have to go off at the open. Well, the open is 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So at the open, you have forced hands. Now, as those orders start to get shaken out, they also have to have all their orders filled in the first 30 minutes. So the first 30-minute window in the morning is going to be 9:30 to 10 o'clock, right? So 10:10 comes from about 10 minutes after that. You have the hedge funds who will also come in and start to go, okay, so now let's see what's happening in that first 30 minutes. They'll make their decisions, and around that 10:10 area, all of a sudden they will start to make their decisions based on that, and a lot of exchange of hands starts to happen right there. This is like one big set of algorithms is finished, and right there in that window of time, all of a sudden from 10:10 to 10:30, a lot of the other hands start to take over, and back and forth and back and forth. And in that area, just a lot of things can get, it just can get messy. And again, not every single day. Everything I say here is observational and understanding from what various institutions are doing, how things and how orders get filled, and who's required to do things and who's not, and then the methods for how they do it. Now everything is done, algorithmically. I watched a video of even a guy who's some of the few people that are still left on the floor filling orders with their little hand tablets. And he showed he has on his little hand tablet, he has a drop-down menu of how he's got little algorithms that he could choose how the orders are going to be filled. He's like, okay, I've got 5,000 orders to buy X, whatever that is. And he's like, and so I've received that from the client, and he has this drop down list on his little tablet that he can select these various algorithms that have different names. And I heard one of them that we all recognize. He's like, oh, so I got a VWAP entry pre 10 a.m. blah blah blah. He's like, I've got one that's like fill half the orders with this and this, and then end of day fill for the rest. Like, he's got these things that he can choose, and he's trying to get his best entry point. And yeah, he just selects the algorithm on his little tablet, and it just goes off and does it to fill all those orders. So everything is kind of filled that way these days. So what we want to do with our algorithm is detect the activity itself, so we don't care which one they press. That was my whole idea and purpose when we're building these, is to, I don't care who's pressing what, when they're pressing, but at the same time, we also do know when certain events will occur. The forced ones, like the exchange of hands. The first 30 minutes, there are algorithms that have to complete in the first 30 minutes. So sure, I'll play all the way up to that 10 a.m. and even a few minutes after as the next ones start to take over. But then there's a battle 10:10 to 10:30 between the next set of hands often. So there's the 10:10 to 10:30 why I came up with hey, this is a good time for me to sit on my hands. Good time to take a break. If I've been in there in the morning, kind of heads down into the first sets of trades. Also a good time for that break type of thing. So that's where the 1010 kind of comes from. What does a cave mean? So the caves are on the left-hand side, volume profile. And there's the best cave is right there. It's kind of hidden right there. But let's look at, there we go. Maybe it shows out a little bit more when it goes to the gray. So let's pull this over. So looking at your volume profile, which is going to show you the orders at various price points, and you'll notice like right here, just this big indentation comes in right there. Okay, now we know there was a nice headshot right there. Okay, remember those 2 moonshots that were coming up that I was like, nope, the time is bad, right? Time is bad. Come into that 1010, and look how difficult that area all of a sudden became as the next set of hands shifts over. Now look at the time point, 10:11, right? 1 minute passed. Look where would they go, right? So yeah, it takes off. So yeah, it looks like it's easy. Now in hindsight, everything looks easy. Okay, so this starts to run, but let's talk about why I like the cave. And just another example right here, just right here in front of our face, where the pivot turn came, right? I usually like these for returns. So as a move has gone, okay, I like to look to see, is there a nearby cave? I just find the nearest cave and go, okay, that's going to be the best pullback, in my opinion, if I'm going to get a continuation. So as it starts to go up, I'm expecting, as all this price starts to kind of come up here, like I mentally prepare that, hey, this could come back and touch that cave. So don't be surprised, Vinny, if I end up, getting some nice little play up here, like a headshot or shark back. I want to be aware that, hey, there's a cave that has not been touched yet down below me, and that can come back down in there. You see that? I mean, it's just very pronounced, right? Right into that. And look, price returned straight back to it, touched into it, and go. Now, what causes that? There's a lot of theories around as to why. Sometimes I don't have the full answers as to why. Some people are like, oh, it's got to go back there. It wants to go fill those orders. Fill what orders? There were no orders there. I've heard all this stuff from people who love the volume profile thing and all that kind of whatnot. They probably have better explanations for you than I do, but all of it's just speculation. I've heard their responses and I thought it was kind of stupid, I'll be honest. But yes, I have found that it does do that quite often. And I have found they're great places for entries. If I missed an entry and it's kind of started to what I feel like, I'm doing air quotes here, run without me. So if it ran without me, okay, and it's gone, it's all the way up here, I didn't get in on my moonshot long, and it's like on, it's running without me. Well, then I'll look for a cave and I'll draw a white line right there. So I'll come over here and I'll just press F6 and go, okay, my cave. There's my cave of wonder right in there. And look at that. Look how it perfectly touches that. I'm over here looking on the left to put my line, and it just comes down. I mean, just a tap. I've seen this multiple times. You guys might have seen me in the live streams where I'm like, okay, I draw that white line there. I will literally go ahead. If I already wanted to get into the play up here, I'll just go ahead and look for a cave entry with anything else here. So I've got the cave plus a bat in this case. So I would just take it as a harmonic cave type of scenario and go. That's my 2 pieces of confluence. And again, if it breaks, so what? Okay, I'll take a 8 to 10 tick stop on it. No big deal. If it's not working, bail out. Same old thing. Nothing's 100%. But I look for those caves. Yeah, see, it's pretty pronounced there on the left, right? Goes in, touches into the cave, and continues on its run. Make sense? Thanks for explanation. No problem. Let's see. Let's get some other questions here. Yeah, 10:10 to 10:30. I just kind of have a general rule of I just say no trading. It's kind of my no trade zone. And yes, we post that into our room there. And if you want to adopt my idea around that, you can as well. Let's see. What's up, Captain Price? Happy Friday. OR, opening range can be 30 minutes. Yes. Initial balance auction, teaching theories, 1 hour open after 10:30. Yeah, so there are a lot of theories around that, initial balance auctions and things. So it's kind of time set, not by me, but those are ones that people have clearly kind of, you know, started to talk about their stuff. So I want to, again, we're very technical here, and now that we've got order flow components, remember I designed those ideas before I had all of my order flow components flushed out and created. I mean, really, I feel like now our system is so powerful, like, I don't care. Whatever, throw anything at us. We have great trades during 10:10 to 10:30 even. So, you know, while I have that guideline for myself, it's more of like a personal comfort at that point. Look at that beautiful shark back, shark tail play short right there at the top. That is a PRZ cross. Shark on top of that, one of the most powerful play setups right there. Shark tail, because it did put the tail right at the back of it, had the cross at the back behind the PRZ. That's a shark tail play. Beautiful short for the pullback down. Speed obviously just went too high. Captain Price said, so like stats come in for trends for me at 10:30. So like stats come in for trends for me after 10:30. Like first test on NQ, for example, can reject and then keep trending if there's a trend day. Okay, so micro scalp can happen on first 10:30, and how it goes second time after initial balance goes, I watch. Because they extend over. Yeah. I mean, so people can sit there, and here's the thing. There are a lot of people who love this theoretical stuff. Okay. So Captain Price is a good example of, you know, loves to just think about all this stuff, right? Well, I think this and I think that, and well, I feel like, and I'm going to watch this and I'm going to do all that. Again, that is a lot of what trading is for a lot of people. If you like that style, you know, this is not for you. I like to not have to think about all that. I personally want to just come over here, play the markets like a video game and not care. Right? I mean, just my personal opinion. I don't want to have to think about it. Now, I can. There's times of day. Like I said, I just want to break it down to very simple times of day. News event. Okay? What time's a news event? Cool. I'm going to sit on hands 2 minutes before, 3 minutes after. Boom. Done. Easy rule. Right? I am an Occam's razor player. What does Occam's razor say? If there's multiple ways to do something and the same outcomes, I want to choose the simplest solution, because Occam's razor says the simplest solution is always the best solution when the outcomes are the same. And in a lot of cases, the outcomes aren't even the same. I have not seen anybody doing the stuff that, like what, you know, Captain Price here is talking about, doing all the auction theory and all that kind of whatnot, beating me at trading. Right? So I'm always offering, like, hey, come out and do a trading competition with me, same account size, and let's go. You know, I like to prove it out. So, competitor at heart, that's the way I kind of approach things. You know how Algobox works? Yeah. I feel like it just simplifies it. If you want it simplified, you know, I would be using Algobox personally, because it does all that analysis for you in a very technical way. It's just because it's advanced, most still need to spend some time learning. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some things, like, it doesn't hurt to know those kind of things, but at the end of the day, if you didn't and you just focused on execution, you know, there's a phrase that's floated around that I have always believed and felt, but then I actually saw somebody write it and they said execution is greater than analysis. It's like, yes, you know, so I fully adopted that. You know, mentally I was already kind of thinking it, and then somebody actually put it to words, and it was actually on Twitter. So hey, you know, it must be true. It was on the tweeters. Execution greater than analysis. Yeah, you can do all analysis in the world, but if your execution is poor, at the same time, if your execution is better, then your analysis doesn't have to be amazing. They don't want to mismanage like a 30 lot risk because they watch Patrick on YouTube. A 30 lot. Are they trading 30 lots on Patrick's YouTubes now? YOLOing 15 at a time. Thinking no stops are fine. Well, you know what's crazy? This kind of talking to the trader funding programs, you know, there are some advantages to that. If you're doing trader fundings and these guys like YOLOing, I mean, if you really don't have anything to lose, then, you know, go ahead, swing for the fence. I am having computer problems. Look, this is, are we frozen right now? Mic check. Is it frozen? Oh, come on. Frozen again. Okay, so hopefully this weekend I get my machine swapped over from the old. I'm going to be retiring the 10900, although it's not, because a lot of my dev work is in here, and I've got multiple profiles for it. But it will be set off on the side, and I'll be trying to resurrect the new 13900 that I've had sitting around for way too long. And it is up and attached to my curved 55 right now, but I just don't think I'm into the curved 55. You guys can still hear me, right? Captain Price says, well, yeah, if I bought 3 accounts and YOLOing 2 or 3, then no issue to make 1 account. And yeah, they've set that to where it's like, so your risk is fixed, right? But your reward is infinite. So I totally see the idea, but it would be more advantageous to be running multiples of those in multiple directions. I mean, it really is. Now, I think some of the trader funding programs have rules against doing that internally. Well, that's where, but with multiple trader funding programs out there, so you're running one on Apex and one on trade day, right? Opposite direction YOLOing on the day, and if they let you just keep your take home for the day, although Apex doesn't, right? Apex is, I feel like, kind of smart for themselves, not great for the user, but puts that intraday drawdown rule thing, right? Type of thing. But yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of ways to game that system, and it's completely different from actual trading, in my opinion. Like, I don't think you learn actual trading, you learn a betting strategy when you can go across multiples, which is also why they don't even let you do that on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. It's why you can't have multiple accounts, and why these brokers have to identify and know, I'm doing air quotes here, know your customer, because that's not allowed in real markets. So I don't know how they're going to crack down on that over the years. While it's there, you know, take advantage of it, but I have a feeling they're going to get slapped down at some point. Okay, so that's completely froze. It won't let me close. So let me go over here to NinjaTrader. We'll kill it out, and we'll finish out answering some questions here. End task. And we'll relaunch. Oh, you know what? I didn't turn off real time. I just had the same thing yesterday. Totally forgot. Probably sitting there slowing everything down. Oh my goodness. It's literally sitting there scanning every file as all that data is coming in. Folks, don't be like me. Turn off your real-time stuff. It slows down your computer. Every gamer knows that. No trolls. It's not because we have a virus in our software, you nuts. Every gamer knows. Turn that stuff off while you're trying to get the horsepower out of your machine. I think prop just don't let you do crazy risk. That's why microstructure for it with early targets are easy to pass anyway. I don't know about all that. €43. Oh, your 43-inch monitor? Excellent, excellent. Okay, so I'm gonna have to run the old clear cache there. All right, see other questions here. Don't know what I did. I just turned 1/3 Windows default features off. Oh yeah, and Windows to boost your speed. No issues after just a single connection. Apex, very nice, very nice. Yeah, 100%. Captive price. Yeah, good to reinstall and clear database cache on NinjaTrader regularly, like 2 months max. Yeah, max. For me, it's usually once a month. But sometimes on a busy week where it's been a lot of trading, it's all in the database. Database has grown, then I'll reset at the end of the week, type of thing. Let's see. Go back. Can still hear you. All right, thank you guys. Wouldn't have much energy left by thinking all the time about everything. Yes, 100%. That's a great way to say it. That's what I was kind of also trying to say there, is that you expend so much mental energy and that decision fatigue starts to set in. So now your execution suffers because you're like, well, I've been thinking so hard on this. Thinking so hard your brain hurts about trying to go, okay, well, I heard about this and I think about this and there's this theory and that theory and da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we're just over here like, headshot, boom, moonshot, boom. Well, yeah. What EMAs? 50 and 200. I'm a 50, 200. I swear by them. 50 and 200. Keep it simple. You know, there's all kinds, you know, pick one really at the end of the day, however you want to trade. If you're going mechanically, at least you got something there. Let me move this down here to the ones because it's getting really slow here. I like to see all the action, where the most advantage for us is really on the ones. I think the speed is slow enough now where I can do algo bar ones without any issues. Here, okay, so we're past 10:30, 10:33 now. And so early in, early out on a Friday, I'm technically done, but I feel bad because my stream broke there. So I want to make sure you guys have opportunity to ask any additional questions. I did see a nice, if you're a headshot player, headshot came in there on the twos for this down drop. Let's let me pop you guys on that real quick just to see that. So again, like, do I have to care about any theory whatsoever to just go, hey, whoops, I just pressed F6 instead of F12, delete that. Trying to make a label here. That's the beauty, right? Now, do we know what's up with that? So yes, multi-fib, Elliott wave, plus order flow event, boom, headshot. The drop off of that is 53 ticks. Now, am I trying to tell you every one of these, like you're going to get 50 plus ticks? No, I'm going, so it's a 53 tick opportunity. How much do you need to get out of it? Again, for me, I just, every single time, I want to get 10, 15, 20, right? 10, 15, 20, just in general, it's stuck in my head, 10, 15, or 20. I'm good. Can I make
double delta sell NQ on the one.
check, mic check? Whoa, that's so weird. Okay, so I'm definitely having some hardware issues on this PC. So my microphone just went out there, and I had to unplug it and replug it back in. I heard it kind of click clack in my ear. I've got a little monitor mic or monitor speaker in my ear, and all of a sudden it goes crack and just stops, goes completely mute, and it wouldn't let me chat there for a minute. So I think I had some kind of weird electrical surge during that snow apocalypse we had here in Dallas. It got super cold, it got super dry, and I remember one day I came up to my desk and just touching the mouse, I felt an electric, zap touch in on my mouse. All of a sudden my monitors kind of close out. Did it 2 or 3 times that day. One of my UPSs also started going like crazy in my office. So I don't know, it may have surged and snapped and did something to my motherboard possibly on this thing. So it is time to shift. We are having way too many problems. I have not had this many issues on live streams or any of our trading instruments in quite some time, and all of a sudden, like, I'm having multiples in a row. Okay, market must have all of a sudden just got quick. I can feel it. I could feel it lagging out there. Okay, so I got hardware issues. Hopefully I'll get those taken care of over the weekend. I may split out the streaming components separate from the NinjaTrader itself as well. Going to be doing some changes around there. Let me see if I missed any other questions there. Try to get those answered before I head out, and I will work on that today. Soulman says, I totally agree with Vinny. I have not used time charts for several years as your trigger chart. Yeah. Let's see. Hannah says, I pay attention to time because retail does, and often at 5, 10, etc. intervals, a good signal with our charts might show up because retail reacts to time, but I don't use time charts, just watch time changes. Yeah, I mean, you can make your, again, everybody's a little bit different, right? And you can make your trading as complicated as you want, or, you know, as simple, as long as you have good strategies, good tools, in my opinion.
Fib.NQ on the 2.
Let's see. Yeah, I think I answered that earlier. Maybe it didn't come through. What moving averages are those? 50 and 200.
Double delta sell and
50 and 200. 50 and 200 has been, like, you know, a staple for many big guy traders for forever, right? No one, the hedge fund managers and any of those areas, if, you know, you tell your manager, oh yeah, we bought at the 200, you know, 200 period day moving average. Most of the time they usually talk about days, but it's the 200 or the 50. If they're like, okay, well, the market's moving really hot, need to get a place to get in. 50 to 200. It's just, again, that's why, if you're wanting to know, just that's what's been used. I've used it for forever, and it's been good for me. So 50 and 200. Overanalyzing is definitely detrimental. Focus on the charts. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, hit that like button if you got a moment. Take that moment to pop that like button. Boss, what do you do to clear your head for afternoon session, lunch, workout, etc.? Really anything. For me, you know, it's shifted over the years. I'm in the you know, I'm in the 40s club now. I'm just turned 44, got 4 kids. So I got okay, and we're back. Okay, so my mic literally just cut out again. All right, so I definitely have something wrong there. It's a USB microphone, but it literally just, I heard a little crack in my ear and it popped and stopped again. So I got hardware issues. I think it happened after that little snowstorm and some kind of electrical surge thing has occurred, and the motherboard on this PC is just not working right. I might try the old blow it out type of thing, because I do need to move a bunch of stuff off of this machine before I get shifted over to another one. You guys know how that goes. This is totally lagging. Totally tell. So something's up with my machine. It is not functioning well. Thanks for hanging out here with me. Let me see if there were any other questions that I missed. And I feel like I was in the middle of answering a question. Oh, what do I do in the afternoons, lunch, workout? So it's changed over the years. I'm 44 now. I got kids. So a lot of my stuff, is around kids and home stuff, homeschool, grading papers, going over tests with the kids, things of that sort. Less of a workout routine. I don't go to the gym anymore. I got home gym type of scenario. But I usually do that at night. That's usually my workouts are at night. During the daytime. Lunch, I tend to skip lunch. I'm really doing one meal a day right now, so I only eat dinner. I have coffee in the morning. On occasion, I'll have some eggs in the morning, but just trying to get under 200. I was at my heaviest, I was at 235 pounds. I'm now at 205 and trying to crack those last 5 pounds to get under 200. And then, you know, ideally, I'd like to get back to like 185. I think I would feel my best at 185. So I am putting health priority like everybody else at the beginning of the year kind of thing, trying to get the health as well. Yeah, Mike went off again. I know, it's crazy. One mistake was I was making when going live, I used the limit orders. Also, so fast locations are clicking buttons. I tried to tell people, you know, everybody, I always feel like people tend to find out why I have my rules later, but everybody always thinks they're clever. Like, oh, I'm going to do limit orders because I can save a tick and maybe even the spread between the bid ask. So sometimes it may be 1 or 2 ticks. So for those 1 or 2 ticks, you know, there's I forget who coined that phrase. They were kind of funny, but like, don't be a dick for a tick. And you find out later why you just really can't, you know, lost audio. Can you guys hear me right now? Just let me know if you can hear me now. I think that was from earlier.
On the one.
And ATM proper setup brackets with stops for Eminis. Yeah, but my advice to my younger self is, hey Vinny, just whatever you do, just don't think about charts. And even if you do think about charts, that's actually not bad either. You could think about charts because you're not getting the Medusa effect. I talked about that a lot yesterday. If you missed yesterday's live streams, the Medusa effect is where you're staring at the charts. The markets are wooing you into a feeling or direction, and then you are less likely to go, boom, headshot. All right, okay, there's the headshot. I'm going to take it. Well, the headshot is going against your previous bias that you have been convinced into because of Medusa, right? Wow, these charts are totally like lagging out. Okay, this usually does not happen to me. I have seen this happen. Well, oh, whoa. So it's like snapping right now. That's not good. Okay, so this machine needs a reset. I got to do probably a flush cache. I need to do database resets, all that kind of stuff coming in here on the weekend and with my hardware and all that kind of stuff here. We definitely have a problem. Got to get that mic thing too. Oh, super bothersome. All right, you guys are tired of hearing me complaining, I'm sure. Came from like Thinkorswim, like 25 cents. I'm sure that was referencing something else. I came from Thinkorswim too, though. So, I mean, there's really no excuse in my opinion. We all came from somewhere, coming from Thinkorswim or anywhere else. You know, it's not that big of a shift. In fact, again, when you're shifting into something that's simpler, you already know what a buy sell is. You just happen to have orders over here on the right that you can press. We got half, double, flatten. Let's talk about the release here this weekend. You'll need to update before February 2nd. The release will come out this weekend. Just make sure you are updated before 2/2, February 2nd. You'll need to be updated. I'll make another video on some of those features, but yes, hotkeys, changes
Double delta cell
to some of the Enigma components. For those of you guys who have Enigma, only people who are in 2023 have the Enigma items. And yeah, we'll talk about all that fun stuff here. I'll put a video together. Thanks for hanging out here. Happy Friday. Blessings on you and the family. Have a fantastic weekend. For me, Pippi, Robbie, Lunchbot, Mod Squad, Curtis G, and Eddie B. I am sending out the Big H-Town. See ya.